Welcome to this lower body gym session for footballers. This session is going to be perfect for beginners to do in a small space from home. Minimum equipment, all you'll need is a ladder and some sort of step or ply box. Everything else is going to be just bodyweight based as well. We're going to start with some fast footwork. We're then going to move on to some triceps where we work on stability, strength and power as well, and then finish with a more cardio based exercise. So we're starting with some fast footwork. This is where you're going to need your ladder. All the sets and reps for this are going to add in the description below this video. So the reason we're starting with our fast footwork is because your nervous system is going to be nice and fresh. So it's a good opportunity to do some fast footwork at the start of the session. Get that done because you don't want to do it when you're fatigued, because the carryover, the transfer into your speed onto the pitch and the adaptation isn't going to be as great. So try and do it when you're fresh. All we're going to be doing is 2 feet into each part of the ladder. So as you go through, okay, you're going as fast as you can. I'm going to do it in slow-mo first, just to demonstrate the things that I'm looking for here. Rather than just running through, there's actually things I want you to think about. If you've got a longer ladder, then obviously use that. If you've got a longer stretch to go, then perfect. So as we come through, so we're doing 2 feet in each. I want you to make contact with the ground with the ball of your foot. So I don't want your heel touching the ground at all. So coming through, ball of the foot, you see my heels are off the ground, hopefully. And I'm punching into the ground, okay? So I'm being really punchy. You should be able to hear that noise, hopefully, of me just punching into the ground and then rebounding off and then quickly driving down into my next step. Also, I want my core to be engaged as well. So really bracing my core as I come through. That's going to help the transfer of force from my lower body to my upper body and back down be more efficient and help with my stability whilst I'm going through the ladder as well. With my arms, I want you to think about tucking your elbows in and driving the elbows forwards and backwards, rather than doing this sort of thing, which I see quite a lot, driving forwards and backwards. So we're here. The reason for that is because when we're running, obviously that's exactly what we're going to be doing as well. Also with your footwork, try and raise your toes up to your shins, okay, as you go. So then I've got more tension throughout the foot, and then when I'm making contact with the ball of the foot, I can apply more force and I've got more stability there. That's going to help with my speed and stability a little bit as well. Okay, so to show you to run through, thinking about my feet, my core and my upper body in terms of my arms as well. So as I go through, as explosive as you can, notice that I'm using my breath as well to help with my speed. So I'm pushing out, I'm going to help me be faster with my leg switches. Okay, so that's the first exercise, the ladder run throughs. I'll just move that out of the way. Once we've done the sets of that, which are outlined below this video, we're then going to move on to our first stability exercise. So it's just going to be a tiptoe walk. So what I want you to do is just come up onto your tiptoes, walking along. Straight from the side. Okay, so we're up. So it's a great one for working out your calves, but also just working on your single leg stability at the same time towards the start of the session. Okay, and back again. So if you can, do a little pause at the top and then down, down. So it's a nice smooth transition into your next step. Try and go as tall as you can on your tiptoes. So working on stability with that exercise. The next exercise of the tricep is going to be our strength-based exercise. So just going to start, like I said, it's a great program for beginners, this one, or workout for beginners. So it's just a bodyweight squat. So feet just a little bit wider than hip width apart. You can have your toes slightly out. And just imagine you're sitting down into a chair and coming back up. Show you from the side. Okay, engage your glutes from the start. Okay, engage your core, shoulders back, chest out, and then sitting down, driving up. So a little pause at the bottom, driving back up. Pause at the bottom, drive back up. So that's our strength-based exercise. The next one we're going to do is our power-based exercise. So we're just going to do alternating ankle hops. So what that is just going to go side to side like this. Just being as punchy into the ground and as springy as we can as well. As we go from side to side, With your foot, same thing as during the ladder exercise. Bring your toes up towards your shins and then push down with your toes into the ground just as you make contact. So we want to be going like this with your feet. That's going to help, again, with that stability and putting more power into the ground and preparing the foot for that contact. So you're actually slapping the ground as you go. So that's our third exercise. Then we'll plyometric based one, just to work on our springiness there. Now we're going to move on to our next tricep. Okay, tricep number 2, we're going to start with a single leg balance. So nice and simple. It's going to bring one knee up. It's going to try and remain stable on that single leg for the time given. So the next level to this, that'll be level 1. Level 2, close your eyes and see if you can still maintain that balance. And level 3, same thing, but if you can just move this other leg around at the same time, try and remain stable and balanced on that single leg, okay? And then switch sides. So that's our first stability-based exercise. Our next one, which is going to be our strength-based one. With the strength-based exercises, you can add some additional load as well if you want to do it with some dumbbells or some kettlebells. I'm just going to do it with body weight for this one. So we're going to lunge forwards, and then from there, we're going to step back and immediately go into a reverse lunge. So just make a little bit more space for myself here. Okay, so I'm lunging forwards, step up, I'm keeping this foot hovered off the ground, then I'm going to go into my reverse lunge. Up and hover, forward lunge, up and hover, reverse lunge, okay? So as I'm lunging, as you come forwards, don't let this knee drop inwards. Engage your glutes as you step forwards, keep that knee driving out over your second toe. So we come forwards, nice and stable. I don't want you to be wobbling like this. Strong throughout your core, step with purpose. Control it, pause for a second at the bottom, drive back up, and then try and keep yourself balanced on one leg as you come back up. Same thing when you do the reverse lunge. Okay, as you come back, you feel a nice stretch throughout the hip flex on the top of the quad there, but I don't want this knee to be collapsing inwards like this, or this front one to be collapsing in. Okay, come back nicely aligned, come down, back up, and then hover that leg again. So it should be, as you come forward, a nice smooth transition into your reverse lunge. Nice and stable and smooth throughout. You're doing opposite arm, opposite leg. So if my left knee is forwards, my right arm is forwards, okay? As I come back, my right knee is forward, my left arm comes up, okay? So that's our strength-based exercise. For our power-based one, we're just gonna do a broad jump. So two-footed, it's gonna start, you're gonna come down, so you're gonna hinge at the hips, break at the knees, come down, and then jump forwards as far as you can. So if you've got as much, a bit more space than me here in front of the camera, then just really go for it, okay? Come down, and a nice stable landing at the same time. So the first exercise of our third tricep is this single leg RDL. So what that is we're gonna come up, and we're just gonna reach forwards, and bring our hands out, parallel with the ground, and the same with our leg behind us, and just trying to resist any wobble in this knee here, then come back up. When you bring your foot up, bring your toes up towards your shin as well. So always practicing those movement mechanics throughout every exercise that we do where it's appropriate. So we come up, reach forwards, again, not letting that knee drop in, and back up, and see if you can hold that, and then move into the next rep. Okay, so that's our stability-based exercise. For our strength-based exercise, this is where you're gonna need your step. So we're gonna work the calves. Okay, so have it near to a wall, and just have the knuckle of your big toe just on the step, and the rest of your foot hanging off. All we're gonna do from here, just come up, drop down to the full range, let your heels drop all the way down, come up, squeeze, down all the way, up and squeeze, down all the way. If that's too easy, you can go single leg, up, squeeze, down all the way. If you want to progress it further, what you can do is just hold a dumbbell in the hand to the side of the leg which is working, and that will add a load to that movement, that increased difficulty of that. And finally, our power-based exercise, we're going to need the box again. So we're just going to do a pogo box jump. So it's quite low. It's absolutely fine. What we're aiming for, what the focus is on, is just our vertical explosiveness. And we're not using loads of momentum. So we're not coming down like this to then jump up, like you'll see commonly with a box jump, where people then tuck their knees up, trying to land onto the box. I'm going to try and keep my legs as straight as I can. Do a little break at the knees, and then up as explosive as I can, and a nice stable landing. Okay, so I'm here. It's like a pogo box jump. So a little break, and up. Down again, and up, down again, and up. Okay, so I'm actually moving my full body vertically upwards, as opposed to with a box jump. Let's say someone has a box set here. When they jump, they're actually trying to get their legs up. They're not moving their body up that much higher. They then land in this position, and then they stand up after landing on the box. But this one, we're moving the whole body upwards, and you can jump as high as you can. Don't just jump to the height of the box if it's low. See how high you can get with that jump, and then land on the box. And the closer so when you're jumping, if your top height is here, obviously you're landing from a higher height. If you only just manage to meet the box, then you're landing just there. That means there's less force to absorb. So let's say, for example, I jump all the way up. On that landing, I have to absorb more force, as opposed to if I did this, there's less force to absorb. It's just a little side point there. So those are pogo box jumps. And then to finish off, we're going to do some lateral shuffle jumps. This is just so we have a cardio-based exercise at the end of the workout, so that, I just like players to leave a workout feeling that they've worked really hard. Some strength-based exercises or some of the stability stuff we did is not going to get a player sweating and feeling really fatigued, anything like that. But I like them to just leave a session always being a little bit out of breath, getting that heart rate back up. So we're going to do some lateral shuffle jumps. So as quick as you can, so you're shuffling laterally, jumping up, jumping up, jumping up. Okay, and if you want to make it a little bit more football specific, you can jump up and do a header. But what I want you to do, focus on, is when you land, push off straight away into that lateral movement. And then as you arrive, up, push. So I want you to transition from vertical to lateral as quick as you can. And when I'm doing that, my heel is not touching the ground. I'm on the ball of the foot again, pushing off. So I've got that tension built throughout the foot, ready to push off in the next direction. And you just continue that. So repeat that for the time given. Okay, so we're coming across. Okay, so you continue that for the time given for that set, and then you repeat. You have a little bit of rest in between, and repeat that at the same time. Has to be match intensity. So see there, I'm not sort of going through the motions just like this. It has to be sharp, and I want you to be fairly, think you need a bit of a break coming towards the end of that set for a little rest, and then we go again. Okay, so that's the full session. We started with our ladder work, so our fast foot work. Moved on to our first tricep. We had 3 triceps which worked on stability, strength, and also some power work as well. We finished off with our cardio-based stuff. Okay, so as I say, all the sets and reps are below this video. If you'd like access to all of my training and workouts, links are also included below this video, as well as my book, which is called the Football Fitness Bible, which is also linked in there as well. Definitely recommend grabbing a copy of that so you understand everything that needs to go into a really well-rounded football strength conditioning program. Okay, hope you enjoy the workout, and I'll catch you in the next one.